Welcome back to 100 Days and Beyond. I'm Dudley Peacock, and this is episode 12. Yesterday, we talked about how to write a transformation brief that vendors can actually price. Today, we are going inside the engine room of most finance functions, and we are talking about the single metric that tells me more about the health of a mid-market business than any other single number. Not revenue, not EBITDA, not debtor days, month-end close time. If your business closes in 10 working days, I can predict with a reasonable degree of accuracy what else is true. The sales team is making decisions on last month's data. The CFO is a week behind the operations reality. The board papers are fresh when they arrive and stale by the time they are discussed. And nobody is quite sure where the working capital actually sits, because the numbers that describe it are always last month's numbers. 3-day close is a different business. 3-day close means the CFO walks into the first week of the month with a complete view of the previous month. Decisions get made on current facts. The transformation from 10 days to 3 is the most leveraged piece of work a CFO can do. And today I want to walk through how it actually happens. A 10-day close is almost never a people problem. It is almost never a software problem. It is a handoff problem. Let me describe a close. I have seen dozens of times. Day 1, the operations team finalizes billing. Day 2, billing errors come back from customer services and billing is reopened. Day 3, intercompany invoices are raised, but one subsidiary is late because their finance lead is on holiday. Day 4, the accruals process starts using a spreadsheet that somebody built in 2019 that nobody quite understands. Day 5, the spreadsheet is questioned because last month's accruals looked wrong. Day 6, a new version of the spreadsheet is sent around. Day 7, the management accounts are drafted. Day 8, the CFO asks why the gross margin looks off. Day 9, the investigation finds a coding error from day 4. Day 10, the reports are signed and circulated. Every single one of those days is a handoff. Operations to billing, billing to entity consolidation, consolidation to accruals, accruals to management accounts to CFO review, and every handoff waits for the slowest person involved. This is why throwing more people at a close does not make it faster. It just makes more handoffs. There are exactly 4 levers that bring a close from 10 days to 3, and they have to be pulled in the right order. The first is cutoffs. Nothing slows a close like open cutoffs. If operations is still booking August transactions into August on the 3rd of September, you cannot close August until they stop. The fix is a hard cutoff, usually end of day 1 or end of day 2. After that, any backdated entry goes through an exception process. And the exception process has a named owner who is measured on how few exceptions there are. The second is automation of the obvious. Accruals that are the same shape every month. Depreciation, prepaid amortizations, bank reconciliations. These should not be touched by human hands in a modern close. Every ERP worth using can automate them. Every ERP worth using also comes with the automations, turned off by default, because the vendor is terrified of a bad default setting. You have to turn them on. And in the first month after you turn them on, you have to watch them like a hawk to make sure they are producing the right numbers. After that, they run on their own forever. The third is consolidation. If you operate multiple entities, consolidation is the single biggest time cost of the close. Manual consolidation in Excel is not acceptable at any material size of business. You need either a dedicated consolidation tool or an ERP with consolidation built in. The difference between a clean consolidation run and a spreadsheet consolidation is usually 3 to 4 days of the close. The fourth is parallel working. In a 10-day close, each step waits for the one before it. In a 3-day close, most steps run in parallel. The bank recs do not wait for operations to finalize. The accruals do not wait for the intercompany. The review of known clean entities does not wait for the one problem entity. Parallelism only works if the first three levers have been pulled, because parallelism depends on automation and on clean cutoffs. You cannot pull these levers in any order. I have seen teams try to automate accruals while their cutoffs are still soft, and every month the accrual automation produces a wrong answer because new transactions landed in a period that was supposed to be closed. They give up on the automation and go back to the spreadsheet. The correct order is cutoffs first. Without hard cutoffs, nothing else is reliable. Automation second. Once you can trust that the period under close is a fixed data set, you can automate the repetitive calculations. Consolidation third. Once the individual entities close reliably, you can consolidate them reliably. Parallel working? Fourth. Once the individual streams are all reliable, you can run them at the same time. Teams that try to do all four at once typically get partway on all of them and succeed on none. Teams that do them in order get to 3-day close in about 6 months, which is a day 101 and beyond kind of return. This is the part that most CFOs underestimate. 3-day close is not about finance efficiency. It is about the business's cadence of decisions. When the close is 10 days, the management team meets on day 15 to discuss month-end numbers that are already 2 weeks out of date. Decisions get made, but they are made slowly because nobody wants to act on stale data without double-checking. By the time decisions translate into action, it is the end of the following month, and the data being used was from 2 months back. The business is running a 60-day decision loop. When the close is 3 days, the management team meets on day 5 with fresh numbers. Decisions are made confidently. Actions happen in the first half of the new month. The business is running a 15 to 20-day decision loop, which is 3 times faster. That is the leverage, not faster reporting, faster decisions. In a competitive market, the business that makes decisions 3 times faster compounds. The business that is waiting for month-end papers compounds nothing. That's episode 12. Today was month-end close. Why most closes take 10 days, which is almost always a handoff problem. The 4 accelerators that matter: hard cutoffs, automation of the repetitive, proper consolidation, and parallel working. The order in which to pull them, because the wrong order kills the project. And the real reason 3-day close matters, which is the tripling of the business's decision cadence. Tomorrow we are talking about cash forecasting, when you cannot trust the ledger, the 3-model method that keeps you solvent through the first 100 days of a transformation. If this was useful, subscribe wherever you are listening. I'll see you tomorrow.